help you make sense of West Africa's investment world. This podcast is brought to you by Daba, your most comprehensive platform for investing in African stocks, bonds, and managed funds. You can download the Daba app on your favorite Google and Apple app stores. Today, we're starting with a wave of optimism in the West African markets. The Tuesday, July 29th session closed on a strong note for the BRVM, the Bourse Régionale des Valeurs Mobilières. And that's great news for all investors across Francophone Africa, big and small, because today's gains are driven by solid stocks and encouraging signals for what lies ahead. Hold tight, because today's leaders didn't just rise, they soared. The star performer of the day is Unilever Côte d'Ivoire. Its share jumped 7.49% to close at 42,420 francs CFA. And this isn't just a flash in the pan. Year to date, the stock is up by more than 555%. That kind of growth is rare, even in emerging markets. For those who got in early, this is a textbook success story and a reminder of the value of long-term investing. Right behind it is Loterie Nationale du Bénin, up 6.33%, closing at 4,700 francs CFA. While its yearly performance remains slightly negative, this daily gain is worth noting, especially since the company is paying out a dividend of 275.5 francs CFA per share on July 31st, a move that clearly caught investors' attention. Also worth watching is Compagnie Ivoirienne d'Électricité, or CIE, which gained 5.57%, ending the session at 2,370 francs CFA. The company is scheduled to distribute a dividend of 180 francs CFA this Thursday, July 31st. For income-focused investors, that's a solid return. The banking sector is showing strength as well. Bank of Africa Senegal rose 4.65%, reaching 4,500 francs CFA. The stock is now up 42.86% for the year, strong proof that finance continues to anchor the BRVM. Finally, Société Ivoirienne de Banque closed at 4,800 francs CFA, rising 2.78%. It's also due to pay a dividend of 375 francs CFA per share on July 31st. For those building passive income, this is a clear opportunity. On the downside, Bernabé Côte d'Ivoire was the biggest loser, falling 7.12% to 1,240 francs CFA. Still, its year-to-date performance remains positive at 16 to 43%. Uniwax CI dropped 4.31% to 555 francs CFA, a notable slip. But let's not forget that the stock had climbed more than 35% since the start of the year. Other declines worth mentioning include SICOR down 2.73%, Vivo Energy CI down 2%, and Aura Group Togo down 1.74%. These moves likely reflect profit-taking or tactical repositioning, not panic. Turning to the indices now, the BRVM Composite, which tracks the entire market, rose 0.34% to close at 310.78 points. Its year-to-date performance now stands at a healthy 12.59%. The BRVM Principal Index, which includes the exchange's major listed companies, rose 0.61% to 185 points, up 33.95% this year. On the other hand, the BRVM Prestige Index edged down slightly by 0.08% to 129.94 points. However, it's still up 13.15% since January. Let's look at the best-performing sectors. Basic consumer goods led the way, rising 1.98%, thanks largely to the performance of stocks like Unilever and Nestlé. This sector is now up more than 104% year-to-date, an exceptional result. The industrial sector also saw gains, rising 1.1%, boosted by Filtasac, which added 2.35% to finish at 4,800 francs CFA. On the flip side, the utilities sector dipped 0.91%, and the energy sector fell by 0.33%. Financials were also slightly lower, declining 0.24% despite individual winners like BOA Senegal. And now let's talk about the bond market. Trading volumes were modest but rose 167% compared to the previous session, totaling 1,170,000 francs CFA. 3 bonds were traded, with one registering a price increase. Among today's notable transactions, the 10-year sovereign bond from Niger with a 6.50% coupon was traded at par, priced at 10,000 francs CFA. Likewise, an 8-year bond from Burkina Faso, issued at 6.50%, also generated interest, reinforcing demand for midterm maturities. Also notable, private bonds such as the 6.50% gender bond from Ecobank and the 6.80% Petro Ivoire bond remain stable at nominal value. For investors seeking stable returns in a sometimes volatile environment, these fixed income instruments are a compelling choice, especially when interest rates are hovering above 6%. If you're wondering where to find the best investment opportunities in these fast-moving markets, look no further. With Daba Pro, you get weekly recommendations, exclusive reports, and lower trading fees, all designed to help you invest with confidence. With Daba Pro, you don't just follow the markets, you get ahead of them. That's all for today's episode. Thanks for listening to the Daba Markets Talk podcast. We'll be back tomorrow with another update. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave a rating, follow us, and share with friends. Remember, this information is for educational purposes. Always do your own research or consult with a financial advisor before making investment decisions. And download the Daba app on your app store to start investing in African stocks, bonds, and manage portfolios through your phone and find other helpful content. Until next time, keep learning and keep growing your financial knowledge.